So I was out on a camping trip this weekend. Gorgeous weather. Had the crawlers out doing a little playing. And a friend of mine that was camping with us said he wanted to give me something. Barn find. He found it in a barn underneath a bunch of wood. Now, I'll be the first to admit I am no expert on vintage RC vehicles. But from what little research I've done, I think it's a Tamiya frog. Tamiya, whatever you call it. I'm basing that solely on the fact that this chassis was used in a few vehicles from that era. The frog had the ceramic resistors on the back, mounted like this, where some of the other ones had it mounted here or here. This servo controlled rheostat that actually dictates the motor speed puts it in that the frog's release date was in '83, so it's in that era. There was a re-release on the frog in 2005, I believe. If this is a frog, that's not the right front bumper. And the other thing I found odd about this one, and I haven't found any clue, this front body post is broken. These covers on all the other ones I've seen is a aluminum piece, and it supports this trailing arm, but it's just a circle as the trailing arm pokes through. These are a cover and it has a centerpiece. I've taken this one off that kind of does that support, but I can't find any other vehicle that has these, so I'm thinking this might be aftermarket. How about you guys tell me where I'm wrong? Pretty sure it's a frog? Guessing to a degree. It's got a Futaba receiver on it, FP R2GS. There's a Futaba radio that was in the box. Missing the antenna. Throttle is super sticky. Thumb wheel is really sticky. No idea if this works. Couple nickel metal hydride packs. Obviously this, well, maybe not obviously, maybe I'm wrong again. This plugs into that battery spot to power this off of, I bet this one that's broken. At some point somebody did a little boondoggle wiring to probably plug this one into here, and then this to here to power that receiver. And then the battery that slid in here powered the motor. Oil-filled shocks for the rear end, independent rear suspension. This one does have a diff in it. It's kind of hard to see in there. The bushings. I have a set of bearings ordered for it and a new set of trailing arms because I think the bushings were spinning in the plastic. That's all really loose on both sides. So I got some trailing arms. They're probably the re-release trailing arms. I haven't decided what to do with this. Do I try and restore it 100% back to factory stock with new old stock parts? Do I use the 2005 and newer re-release parts and put it back together? Make it a runner? I don't know. I don't know what to do with it. I'm not a Tamiya collector, so Haven't really decided. I am going to tear it all down, go through it, because the rear end feels like the grease is probably a little thick as far as it's old and way more tacky than it needs to be. Everything seems stiff. The steering turns, but you know, little screw bits in here are loose. Maybe the servo saver's worn out. These screws got slopped. Now, I've built a few more modern Tamiya kits. They're not known for tight tolerances. Don't know. I don't know what to do with it. I know this is definitely a frog body, but that is not box art paint job. And I don't know that this body's worth doing a paint strip on. It's kind of beat on. I've got a crack in it. I don't know. I don't this is all busted up. I don't think this one's worth trying to salvage it. And I can get 2005 newer frog body pretty inexpensively. And then the new stickers, which of course, you know, makes it more 2005 spec versus 1983 spec. Rear tires are pretty clapped. The rear wheels, they don't look terrible. These are not the real wheels, but the tires are closer to correct, but they're still not the right ones. Also in the box was these, which I believe are probably for the Brat, which precedes this one. Same chassis, different bumpers and stuff like that, and these wheels. I guess they use this same chassis for the Blackfoot too. Interesting. And a rally car, Lancia something. Anyway, I don't know enough about Tamiyas. Let me know what I should do with it. Oh, extra set of dampers. Ooh. They are crusty. Along with those. Let me know what I should do. Give me your opinion. What would you do with it if you had it? What would you do with a barn find 83 vintage Tamiya Frog? I haven't decided. I might have to stare at it longer and do more research. I do have, like I said, a couple of parts coming. I have a bearing kit for it and these new trailing arms, because that'll probably be the first thing I tear into. And either way, I want it to be correct as far as if I'm going to make it a shelf queen, I still want it to be in good shape. If I'm going to make it a runner, I need it to be in good shape. Don't know. Time will tell. In the meantime, I'm just going to stare at it and start cleaning up. Maybe this weekend. I don't know. Depends on how much time I got. Leave a comment. Tell me what to do. If you like this kind of stuff, give it a like. And you can always subscribe. It's free. Soon to come is some more crawler footage. I had the Vanquish out this weekend. It wasn't really crawling. It was more trail running, playing in the forest. Very pretty piece of forest, but just running along the moss and the pine needles. A lot of pine needles. I had to scrub on tires for quite a while to get the sticky pine needles off of them. Good times. More rock crawling footage to come. Check out some of my other videos. Gonna be going back to Fall Creek soon. Love that place. And dinking with this when I have time. Peace.